What's going on, guys? Joe the Turbo here, and we are back. Now, Scyther, of course, not Grandmaster, but went godlike last time, so we do have Buster Sword out and about. Buster Sword has quite a ways to go. Buster Sword is just comfortable, so every now and then you'll see me just kind of swing by, just to make sure. Oh, and there we go. Accustomed to the weight, +1 to attack, as if we didn't have enough attack as it was. But now we are truly rocking and rolling. So we're up to accustomed. We do have a lot further to go before it ends up being on godlike. And then once that hits godlike, maybe we'll get executioner up there as well, just to make sure that we can get extra things of beheading on him. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to spend the time for that. We'll see. Just because of the fact that we really don't need that many like weathered skulls in the future. We can eventually just automate that with magical crops kind of thing if we really want to. But I just don't see that being a particular thing that I'm going to spend a whole lot of time doing. But that all said, kind of get you guys all up to speed. We have been collecting the heads here, of course. We do have ourselves some angry zombie heads, and all this other stuff in here. I don't believe we have any wither skulls in there, and we don't have any in here either. We just have kind of like the randy dandy heads. We do have a spider head in there. Okay, didn't realize we had a... This is a cave spider. Is that also a cave spider head? No, this is a regular spider head. But yeah, we do have a lot of little different collections kind of cropping out here. And we also have some loot bags. Now, I'm going to go ahead and grind for this episode, but we will have an episode soon. And people said open it just as is. So right now what we're sitting on is 59 or so common loot bags, 33 uncommons, and 12 rares. So we could try to convert those up and a bunch of other things. We can also even consider maybe even getting a loot recycler attached to the barrels and kind of recycling those things and then crafting them up. So we'll see. I may play around with that as a later idea, but not right this moment. We also might, I don't know, I might be demoing that whole thing because, again, I don't really like the way this all is looking, and I think that we could... If we make it symmetrical, it could look really, really good. Because right now, I think it kind of looks a little bit awkward. There's not really a great way to get there, and a whole bunch of... So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about all that. I might demo this in the future, but that's not what we're going to be doing today. Today, what I'm hoping to do... What I'm hoping to do is I'm going to be trying to get ourselves to get a little bit closer to getting ourselves into an automated... and kind of a strong resource gathering state. And the real thing that was holding us back that we still kind of are going to need to work on is we need to get ourselves really rocking and rolling and getting more X compressum tiers up, aka right now we have only gravel, but we also need something for sand, we need some other stuff as well. And I think I also want the composite stuff. So I want a thing for dust that just strictly outputs dust, strictly outputs sand, and strictly outputs gravel. Now, cobble, obviously, we don't have to worry about that. Dirt, I'm not going to worry about either because I think the best way to do that will be through magical crops and all that good stuff. And while we're doing all this, always remember that we are, of course, really getting to enjoy the fact that we are going to have this passively generating things, especially since we have that chunk loader there. So you don't have to worry. The Minicio essence, no, the Visio, but the Minicio essence is being gathered. We also have, I can't see from the bottom here, obviously, but we also have ourselves some diamond essence being gathered up. We don't quite have enough just yet. We haven't been in that much downtime, so we only have 21 diamonds to our name. And I think those were more or less claimed from just the diamond essence, more or less. So that is all going. Of course, Preston is still hard at work gathering up us more materials. And he's actually chock full, which means something else probably filled up. What are you stuck on? More. Dadgum, you aluminum and iron. All right. Just, here, get out. Get out, get out, get out. It's actually, I'm being so horribly wasteful, but it's the only way I know to kind of get this really kind of out of there. We can put in things like a void upgrade, stuff like that, but honestly, I think we're just better off making a better barrel upgrade. So, you know what? Let's actually do that. Let's take a little bit of time out and just do that real quick. So, I do want to, of course, get the structural upgrade. I need to get this up to 3 slots. So, I'm going to have to go ahead and do that, which is, of course, not too bad. Getting these structural upgrades just requires us to have some iron, some wood, so not too bad. And then after we do that, of course, we're going to need to get storage upgrade ×3, which is going to, of course, then require pistons and better barrels. Now, the real catch in this whole thing is that we need to, not the better barrels part, but the pistons do require some redstone. We're not hurting for redstone or anything like that, so you don't have to really be like, oh no, we don't have redstone, because obviously we haven't farmed some redstone crop in a while, but we have some redstone that's coming in from, of course, our little mob farm here. which is handy. Now, Scyther not being used right now, we're not going to get the looting 3, unfortunately. So that's a downside, for sure. That's definitely going to be a downside, but I think it's well worth it to get our weapons kind of closer to being maxed out. And of course, when we get everything maxed out, we will convert our mob farm to a punji stick farm, which is going to have an automatic looting effect, which will be pretty hype out of Skype once we get that going. But it's a long journey there. I don't really think there is a good shortcut between here and there, but we'll see. So let's go ahead and get this all started and rolling. And we can start off with the easy peasy part, which is, of course, just getting the structural upgrades. I would say let's just get the whole thing done. Let's get everything up here in the Java barrels just upgraded, because the Java barrels are doing a phenomenal job right now. Oh, you know what? I just had an idea. I just had an idea. Indeed I did. Alright, we might have a plan. Originally I was going to demo this, actually. But now that I think about it, this has kind of been a very important part of our progression. I would say it's worth keeping as a legacy. So I might actually leave that as is. Yeah, we could do that. We could totally get away with that. Yeah, we're going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to leave these barrels as is, so we can definitely add some structural upgrades to those bad boys. I'm not losing sight of the fact, of course, that we are still very much on a mission right now to get ourselves a better supply chain going. But I think this will kind of be a quality... Nope, wait, nope. Nope. Choco, you're being distracted by the celebrities. You cannot do that. I have to stay focused, otherwise we'll never get what we need to get done. Man, I swear, I try to get distracted. It's like I'm trying. Like, it honestly seems like sometimes I'm trying to get distracted. Open up the sloot bag. Ooh, dark steel. Not bad, actually. Like, not bad at all. Huh, interesting. Alright, but, yeah, I keep on getting distracted. It's really bad. I don't know why I get distracted so easily. Okay, so, put in this glowstone dust. And then we're going to go ahead and get this all started. So, compress some stuff. The reason why we put that coal in there a little while ago was to make sure that we can get some coal dust. Coal dust, of course, is going to help us make the steel that we need in order to get these auto heavy sieves, auto hammer, and the compressors going. But let's start off with getting the auto compressed hammers going, because that, of course, is going to be a bit of a doozy. Now, I am in immersive engineering, which is the way that we see the proper recipe, and that's going to require us to have iron and pulverized coal. Now, coal, of course, is a little bit better than charcoal. I don't know why this is the case, but this is just how the world works, so that's the way we have to go with it. And the alloy smelter, I believe it does not work, so we have to use the induction smelter, which is kind of a shame. I think that's kind of a weird... I don't know. I don't understand why this is the case. I feel like it should work in an alloy smelter, so I don't really understand why that is. But, far be it from me to question how this game works, because the game does whatever it wants, and I'm the humble servant that merely obeys the instructions. So let's go ahead, grab myself some pulverized coal. We'll throw in some extra coal in there. Keep that running and gunning, of course. And then get some more coal out of here. And there we are. Let's feed it over to our happy little sag mill, which... it hasn't been requiring a refill in flint. It's actually kind of surprising how much flint you get out of this whole thing. It's really quite impressive. But anyways, so now that we have this, I need to... where is my induction smelter? There you are, hiding away. Alright, so induction smelter. And we're also going to need some iron for this, actually. So let me quickly just grab one of those real quick. And then convert that down into their iron ingot components. And we're going to need a fair number of these. So let's go ahead and just drop in a full stack for the time being. Now, I don't know. Wait. No, I was about to be like, does an octadic capacitor work there? But no, it does not. Alright, interesting. I still really wish that this worked. Let me see. I'm going to hope against hope that somehow this will magically work. Does not work. Cry. Cry every time. Q. Alright, so unfortunately it looks like a no-go, which is a real bummer. I don't understand why they made that way. But, oh well. Well, who knows? Who cares, I suppose. So let me see here. I'm looking for the light-colored one. There you are. Immersive engineering. Is there any other way to do this besides induction smelter that we can realistically do? Not really. We could, I guess, do it via the casting table, which... I mean, I guess it would work. But this is currently making us a whole bunch of seared stone, so I don't really want to get in the way of that. So, well, I suppose we just got to keep it going with this. In order to get this, of course, powered and ready to go, I am going to have to make a little bit of a swapperoo here. So let me go ahead and just bibbity boop this on out, because this is not going to have enough power to keep itself going. Here, let's go ahead and pull all that out. Pull this out, and then we're just going to swap the locations of these guys. So 1, 2. The alloy smelter will be fine. He's just doing fine. So let's go ahead, put the iron into there, put some more pulverized coal into there, and get some more of that going. Alright, so while that's creating some good old-fashioned steel for us, we're going to have to, of course, get the other parts of this whole thing ready. Now, auto-compressed hammers, all this stuff, realistically speaking, so our goal here is to get ourselves the raw gravel, sand, and dirt, or gravel, sand, and dust. In order to get all those going, in addition to other things, that means, let's see, we're going to have one line for those individual things. Gravel, of course, doesn't really require a compressor outside of getting compressed cobblestone. But getting ourselves things like compressed, or not compressed, but sand and gravel, those will require one. So for sand, it'll require one. For dust, will require 2 in the in-between part. So that is going to be a bit of a doozy. Now, auto compressors are a little bit easier to work with. These only require iron and wood, but wood is wood. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves some of this iron here, and let's make ourselves a handy bit of compressors. I'd say we'd probably be good with, I think, 7. I'm not entirely sure where I got that number from, but I think I did the math at one point. I think what I came to the conclusion was that I needed 7 in total. So let me go ahead and make some of these crafting tables right here, which we can't do, LOL. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go, 28. And then we're going to take those, convert them into crafting tables, and then we should be just a little bit short. There we go. And then we should now be able to make 7 compressors. Just like this. Whoop. LOL, did they not stack? Oh no. Please tell me they... No, I am short something? Oh. There is some moments where I just feel embarrassed for myself. Alright. So we made ourselves one compressor. I need a... I did the math backwards. Alright, so... Gosh darn it. Sorry, I need a moment. I just needed a moment. There are some points in time whenever I just can't believe it, what kind of silly mistakes I make. Alright, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be for another one. And of course, we need to do this, we need to do this 5 times in total, so I need to put in 20 oak wood into there. So let's go ahead and do that. Bang, bang. There is 80. Let's go ahead and make these now into the crafting tables. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. And then we should now be able to make a fair number of these. I made far more iron than I actually need, but that's okay. So bang, there you go, 7 auto compressors. Man, the Dane Bramage was pretty real, fam. Dane Bramage was pretty darn real. So here's the way this is going to go down. We're going to have these kind of strips and the weird things. Now, the dust is going to be the longest of the bunch, right? So we do want to make sure that the dust is kind of set up on the most kind of flexible point. And I do only need, I don't technically need, but what we want to aim for is we want to aim for 1 major source of cobblestone to provide all the cobblestone that we are, of course, going to be using. So we're going to just need 1 thing of cobblestone, which I think would be fine, but I think it might also be in our interest to kind of spread out that cobblestone generation. We'll see. I think it's ultimately going to be changed up by a Tesseract. Tesseract is going to change up the name of the game for quite a bit of things. Also, kind of curious about drawers. I might explore that venue, but we're not going to take care of the drawer thing yet, because obviously this compressed drawer that we've been using here is actually, the compacting drawer rather, this has been doing a pretty good job of getting all that rocking and rolling, but I'm not entirely sure how that all works. So either way, We do have these set up here, so let's go ahead and let's just say for the time being that we're going to add in there's going to have to be a little bit of an extension here, which is why I gave ourselves a little bit more wiggle room. But we are going to have to put them kind of down and away this way, right? So let's go ahead and say that we're going to have a hammer here, and then we're going to have to put this guy right into the ground. So looks like this will be the first row here. So it'll be hammer. There we go. Right click, come back. All right, so it's going to be cobblestone leading into a hammer leading into this bad boy. So I'm going to need to dig out this ground a little bit here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and dig out the earth a bit here. Now I'm just gonna poke out all this cobble right here, and the reasoning for this is that I want to kind of situate the whole thing really quick, and this will also save us a little bit of a headache later on down the road, I'm pretty sure. And if I need to refill this, that's a simple matter since we have Builder's Wand, because that Builder's Wand is OP. That Builder's Wand is cray. So let's go ahead and break all these out of the way. Oh, and down goes Pixie. Rip. Alright, Pixie, come on. And yes, I know a lot of people are quite eager to see me upgrade the tools and such, but we'll get there in time. I want to make sure that they're made out of good alloy when we upgrade them. Even though it doesn't really require that much energy, so we'll see. Alright, so boom. Put those away. And then here we go. So we need to start off with the auto hammers, and then we're going to feed in the cobblestone from this point. We could even just slap them on top, but this means that the compressors should be lined up here. And so that'll be one. I do want to give each one at least 1 blocks of leeway, so 1 blocks of leeway, LOL. So it's going to look something along the lines of... Actually, you know what? No, am I doing this wrong? Am I supposed to... No, I allotted this for 3 leeway. I was like, something is not right. Alright, so it should be, I think, like this. So... Did I just do the same thing again? No, we had it right there. We had it flush. Alright, so 1, 2... 1, 2... 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. I screwed something up here. I screwed up something here. Let's do it this way. Let's measure it out from here. This will make life a little bit easier. Alright, so how many blocks of space do we have? I'm just going to remeasure it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. So we're looking at fitting in 3 to each side. So 3 to each side over 13 would mean that we could have something along the lines of 3s. So it should be 3, 1 block, then block. There we go. Yeah, all right, that is correct. That is. Ooh! Ah! Oh God! I keep on worrying that would fall to my death, but I keep forgetting that's not really a thing. All right, so there we go, and then. Should be, yeah, we're just 1 away. Like, for some reason I dug that one all the way up, but not the other side, so strange. Alright, so 1, and then block 1 there. Alright, cool. So that is the first part of our kind of operation here, and this one got to go, because this is, of course, going to be a neutral part. So all great and dandy. So we have ourselves now these 6 different channels of everything sorted out, and what they're going to do is they're going to operate the same exact way, and they're going to fan outwards. So this will end up being dust, this will end up being sand, this is going to end up being gravel, and that's going to produce. Now this is going to be a little bit different compared to these lines right here. if I did this correctly. So what I need to do here, well, here, let me fill this out. We have to fill this out before we continue onwards, because I think I'm going to confuse myself, because my brain's already starting to do loops around itself trying to figure out what exactly I'm trying to do, which is not really good. So let me get myself some more of that dar stuff. So we have 32. We obviously are going to need more. Let's see, how is our sag mill coming along? It's doing a grand old job. Great, great, great. Go ahead, throw in that pulverized coal. It's going to net us another 32 as well. And yep, that should be in pretty good shape. So we now have enough steel to make the auto hammers. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, let's go ahead and make this. Oh wait, that's right. They require giant things of diamond hammers. I completely forgot. I don't know how I completely forgot, but I completely forgot. Good job, Choco. All right, auto compressed hammers. This requires the weighted pressure plates, which is of course made out of iron, which is not a huge deal for us. However, those diamonds are kind of a big deal. So let me go over here and get some of that stuff out. Wow, we actually may be bottlenecked by diamonds again. This is strange, because we didn't actually have that much need of diamonds in this previously, but we'll see. We'll see how this ends up going down. We'll see how this ends up going down indeed, because I am quite shocked that we're running into as many diamond problems as we are on this. It's very interesting. Alright. Check out the saplings, because saplings ain't worth our time. Throw out the cobblestone, because that ain't worth our time either. Throw in some stone into here, and then we should have a little bit more space to work with. All fine and dandy. Let's go ahead, grab out these diamond essences, put them together, and then get some diamond hype going. 14 diamonds as is. We're only going to be able to make one production line's worth. So we already have gravel being processed through this little chain here. So I'm not too worried about that. However, we also are going to require our skills to be put to use for a little bit of something different as well, which is we're going to have to extend this out even further than before, because of the fact that this is then going to have to turn to sand, to so on and so forth. So kind of an interesting little doodad here. But let's go ahead and grab a little bit more of these diamonds out. I need 18 per. So we're 7 diamonds short, huh? Alright, so let's go ahead and just set up one. We'll set up one at least for the time being. And then we'll kind of get crock-a-locking onward. Bum bum bum. 18 diamonds. Of course, I'm going to need some sticks. Bum bum. Okay, and then there we are. Some easy and reliable stick gaming. Ooh. Ooh. Diamond hammers, you say? Yes, yes. Sounds quite capital. Alright, throw onto the ground. Which we got? Man, I am seriously just... I need help. I'm a hoarder. I think I'm just a hoarder, guys. I'm sorry. Not a hodor. Game. Alright, there we go. Just chuck this random stuff. We'll recover this stuff, so don't worry. I know some of you guys are fretting right now, being like, Choco, you need those things, but trust me, it'll be fine. Alright, so go ahead. Actually, oh wait, these are technically things of equipment, so we can't actually do the autofill cry every time. So we do this by hand. It is actually incredible how many compressed diamond hammers this does require. It doesn't really occur to me until whenever I just see it happen. Alright, so here we go. Compressed diamond hammer. And I don't know why I did that, because I am going to need some other stuff. Auto compressed, and I need to build this into the auto hammer. I don't know how I thought that was going to work without that, but I did. Alright, auto compressed hammer, there we are. I'm going to need some of these, but I just need 2, so bang bang, there we go, done. And then auto compressed hammer, voila. I just want you to not take my thunder game. That's all I want. That's all I want out of this, but you just insist on being a little butthead. Always insisting on being the butthead. Always, always, always. Alright, so here we go. And then we'll just flop that onto there. Now that, of course, is going to produce us some gravel out of the cobblestone that we do get out. So kind of a neato canito kind of thing there. Should be all fine and dandy. So that, of course, is going to then lead into here, which is going to compress the gravel down, and then we're going to have ourselves a little output here in turn for getting some of that sieved or sifted down, except we're not going to be doing that. Instead, that's going to be compressing straight, sending it straight to another hammer, compressing, and then this is at this point going to be, so it's going to go breaking compressed cobblestone down into gravel, gravel being compressed, this being hammered down again into sand, sand being compressed, and then hammered down again, and then that will create dust, which is exactly what we're aiming for. Now at this point, we have a couple of options here, but the way we're going to do it, and the reason why we kind of cared about the spacing particularly much for this, and the reason why we did the spacing the way it is because the ones on the end here are going to have an extra allowance that there's not going to be any kind of competition, but the dust itself is the only one that requires a little bit more space, and we're going to actually have that kind of flop out over to this side. So kind of a random little tidbit about how we're doing that. So we're actually going to need to get ourselves, let's see, how many more of these are we going to have to make? We're going to have to make, so hammer, let's just go ahead and empty these out. So we are going to need to make so gravel up. Okay. So gravel. Oh, you know what? You know, I just realized that's actually not going to really work well. Unless... Actually, yeah. This may not work actually terribly well. I kind of assume that the pipelines would be intelligent. Now I think about it, I don't think the pipelines like the way that I don't think the pipelines will like the way that I've set this up, unfortunately. So I have to actually see if this works or not. Let's go get some transfer item nodes. I don't know where in the world I put them, but I do need them. Also, we're still doing well on the yellow right in this home front. Good. We may have a problem. We may have an actual problem. I may need to expand that out a little bit more. We need more room than I originally had anticipated, probably. An interesting conundrum, to be sure. I mean, it's not like we are hurting that badly on space. We can obviously expand the sideways and whatever else. But this could be something interesting here. Alright, so I need to find those item transfer nodes. I need to make sure that this works before we can go on any further than we are going. Because if I need to restructure the way we're building this, then that's going to be a problem. A problem indeed. And the question of if I can find it is a completely different issue. Ah, there you are. Alright, so this will let me know kind of if this will work or not in general. So let's see here. So just like that. And then I would have another hammer here. But unfortunately, I'm a little bit short in the diamond game. Let me go ahead and drop that off real quick. I'm getting this sinking feeling. That is usually the sign of it's not going to work. Let's see. Do I have any diamonds backed up? I probably don't. Crap. Okay. I think we might be in a bit of a pickle here. Let's see. Let's see how many more diamonds we can scrape together from what has occurred here. 7 more diamond? No, that's not even true. Like, yeah, not even 6. 5 diamonds. Dang. Savage! We don't have enough diamonds. Alright, so we're going to have to see. I suppose we can, yeah, we can just put in like a dummy thing here. Alright, let's go ahead and put in a dummy inventory just for the time being. So let's go ahead and make some chests. Let's make ourselves some chests. That way I can at least have a proof of like what we're going to go aim for. As long as the inventories are all in good working shape, then it doesn't really matter. I guess we'll, yeah, whatever, we'll use stone. I can smelt these down again. Alright, so I have no idea why I did that. I'm panicking. I'm internally panicking a little bit because this would be a pretty annoying setback. So I would need an inventory here. And then this would occur. Now, the question is, with a stick, can I can't. This is a problem. This is a problem. Because the only other real choice that I have here then would mean that I would have to put the connecting inventory underneath, which is it's not really an issue, I suppose, but if this doesn't work, we are in some truly... What is it doing whenever I click it the first time, though? I wonder. Alright, let's try it. Let's see. Let's see if a wrench will work. We can only pray at this point that this works. Yet a wrench. No, I don't want to use yet a wrench. I just need... I guess a smart wrench sounds pretty good. What is this? 2 lapis and an iron ingot? Okay. So let's go see. I don't think a wrench will change up anything, but I'm willing to give it a try. I'm willing to give it a shot. Alright, so 2 lapis, 1 iron. So I just need 2 lapis. 1, 2. And my inventory is somehow full. And then 2 lapis and iron. Okay, so there we have a new version of a wrench. Let's see here. I think we're screwed. I think we're actually screwed because I think wrenches share the functionality across regardless of the wrench type. This is, I think, I think that's gonna unfortunately not work. Yeah. Alright. So this is not gonna work. This is actually not gonna be a good layout. That's really unfortunate. We may have to use Ender IO item conduits. That's the only thing I can think of that might work here. But this is going to require us to do conduit binders, and I hate conduit binders. Conduit binders are just truly annoying. Like, they're just, I don't like them. Like, look at how much stuff you need. It's just dumb. I don't like binder combo. I don't I hate this stuff. I don't think that would even work either way, though. Okay, so plan B. I really didn't want to have to do it this way, but the game has left me no option. We must go with a slightly ridiculous looking plan, but it will work. I am fairly sure it will work anyways. So let me go ahead. We just need to rip out a couple things here and there. So let's go ahead and recover the chest. And then, very carefully, I need to remove this stuff on the bottom. And, okay, all the stuff has been more or less reacquired. Oh, actually, I think I can leave that. Okay, I can leave that particular part. So what we're going to have to do instead is I'm going to have to set this up vertically, which is dumb, but yeah, we can set it up vertically. Which is okay. I kind of didn't want to have to do it this way, but that's all right. I'll live. All right, so let's go ahead, put in some of that stuff. Jeez Louise, I need to put some stuff away, mates. I need to put some stuff away. I need to put some stuff away. Let's go and leave this over here. CO essence, Ephisio essence, diamond essence, Minicio seeds, regular seeds. Lord in heaven, do I have a lot of random stuff. Grass seeds. I know I have some diamonds in here, so I suppose we can just use these straight out of the gate. Yeah, we can just use these straight out of the gate, because I am not going to be spending this Ephisio yet. Alright, so we're going to need to make ourselves some compressed hammers and whatnots. Yeah, but I guess we'll just set up the backboard. Alright, so here is the game plan. I'm going to set this up vertically, that way it's going to be a little bit cleaner. Because in truth, we don't really need to have that many weird kind of connections like that. I was just kind of hoping to leave it like really low profile, so it looked really smooth, but this will look still pretty good, I think. It won't look too bad, I hope. But we'll see. We'll see how this ends up going down. So, this thing is going to lead into hammering down the last part. So in truth, yeah, since we're going with, I want to keep them more or less uniform. So I'm going to have to actually break down all these auto compressors. I should be breaking them from underneath so I can catch it. Not that, actually auto compressors are not super cheap, but they are cheap relative to what we currently have. Because we do have an abundance of all those things. Alright, so let's go ahead and fill that all in, which of course is not something I can realistically do at the moment. So let me get some cobblestone so that's a reality. Boom, boom. Alright, that is more than enough cobblestone. And let's just fill in all the gaps. So we are going to do it like this. We're going to do it like this. And actually, this means, yeah, this doesn't even make sense anymore. None of it makes sense, because there's no point in having the bottom. I do want one side to be clean. At the very least, I will have one side be clean. There's zero reason why I can not have that. I should be able to do that just fine. Alright, so boom, boom. Fill all this in, fill this in, fill this in. And now that is all working on dandy. Okay, so compressor at this level, and then there's gonna be a hammer on this level, and then a compressor on this level. Oh God in heaven, it's gonna look awful. Oh God, so cringy. Oh, so cringy. I'm gonna have to think of something to make it look not terrible, but for the time being, it's going to have to look bad, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm so conflicted. I've been trying to make the base look, with the exception of like the really like kind of slapped together kind of things, I've been trying to make it look pretty good, but this is admittedly going to look kind of strange. I think we can make it eventually look okay. It's just I was really in love with the way that I had set it up originally in my head, and now that I've put it into practice, I feel sad that we can't do it. So sad face. Compressed hammers. I'm going to, of course, need some sticks and stones and break some bones and all that good stuff. So there we are. Yes, let's use 2 sticks, Choco. Like, honestly, Choco, what does your brain do on its off days? All right, and then sure, we'll just chuck this out for now. And then recover the diamonds. Get all these diamond hammers into place. And then we'll have this. Okay, and then now with that in play, we're going to need to get ourselves two of these weighted pressure plates. Auto compressed hammer is a no-go because I can't do it that way because there's a thing of equipment in this recipe. Cry every time. Fill this in and voila. Another auto compressed hammer. Oh, mamma mia. Alright. Whoop. Hello? Don't you do this to me, game. No, 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 no. Oh, thank God. I was about to flip out. I was like, no, we wasted so much on that. No, no, no. Oh, well, okay. Let's go ahead and try that one more time. Okay, so there we go. Alright, so we would look at something like compressing gravel, breaking sand, compressing sand, break to dust. And then dust, we're going to need another compressor into here. And then auto heavy sieve here. And then output. Yes? Yes. Okay, yes, that would be true. Alright, so... Oh, you know... Because this is maximum height, pretty much. I mean, I guess I could technically go up higher, but I don't want it to go higher because that would look weird. So we're going to go ahead and just do it this way, I think. Alright, so... yeah, I think that would be alright. Yeah, no, I'm alright with that. Okay, so... I know what I said earlier was like I wanted to keep it level, but this will be okay, I think. I think it'll be well worth it. To save the height, I think it'll be fine. What in the world was I trying to do there? What was... Oh, please. Okay. So there we go. That's going to lead into that compressor, and then that is going to lead into this, which is going to lead into another auto hammer. And then auto hammer will sit here. Then sieve. Wait, no, that's not right. Okay, so auto hammer sits here. Connection point, sieve, output. That didn't really help or do very much, did it? No, it helped a little bit, actually. This is so painful. But you can see, this is going to be rather a large undertaking, right? So, we'll figure it out. We'll sort it out. What we can do here is we can actually put the... I do want the sieves to always be exposed, because of course we have a little dude that kind of sits in there. So I do want the auto heavy sieves always to be exposed is the main thing that I would like to have done. So, let's see. Let me just run through this and make sure that I have this correct. So we have compressing the... This has to be at this point breaking sand to dust. So gravel to sand. So we have to be compressing gravel at this point. That's rough. So... We can't go any higher than this. So we're one hammer short. We are one hammer short if we want to work starting from cobblestone. I think we're in trouble. I think we're in trouble. I think this is going to be the first time this entire season that we have to literally go back to the drawing board because I can't, I didn't design this correctly. Sad face. Sad face, sad face. As I die. Alright, well, if... Yeah, I suppose that's just the case. I think that's just the way that it has to be. Shoot. Think, Choco, is there a way to compress this down? We can compress it down, but it's gonna look butt ugly. I'm not willing to make it look butt ugly. I'm not willing to make it look butt ugly, man. I'm not willing to have it look butt ugly. Guys, I'm sorry to say it, but I think I've been bested. I think I've been bested, unfortunately, by the way this is all going to go down. I think that's the end of the episode, fam. In exchange for having failed this time, I hereby commit myself to making some great strides and to have... I will not let this break our time schedule, alright? I'm making this promise to you all right now. I will not let this break our time schedule. By the end of next episode, I will have a functional, like, the full suite for getting the gravel, for getting sand, for getting dust, as well as a sieve for all those tiers of gravel, sand, and dust. Located here, powered, and ready to go. So I will get that running. I'm going to make that promise right now. But unfortunately, I think for this episode, guys, I just am flush out of ideas for how I'm going to make this look because I have very specific design requirements in terms of right now. I don't want this to go any closer to this platform because this is the big reactor side, right? I don't want to expand it into the pools, and I do want it to go from dust, sand, gravel, and then dust, sand, gravel. Admittedly, one side is going to be a little bit different in terms of the way that it's all shaped, but the reason why we want this particular stretch to be the sieving part is because this side is going to just have the regular component parts. In terms of it's going to just be outputting the direct thing of gravel, sand, or dirt, or gravel, sand, or dust. So that is why I want them to always have, at the ground level, to have something kind of all sitting there ready to go. But yeah, I need to go back to the drawing board with this design because this is not going to work. And I want this to be confined into the space. I do want this to be compact, so I have to think of a different way to do this. Because unfortunately, the way that we have this right now is not going to be the trick. So I'm going to have to figure that out. I'm going to have to figure this out. But anyways, guys, please leave a like if you cry every time. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and you want to send your support and your love as I try to figure this whole thing out, because this is a monstrosity. This is... Even if I were to remove this and it was just pipes, it just would look goofy. It looked like a really goofy totem pole is what it would look like. It is just going to be massively brutal. But I'm going to play around with some stuff. I'm going to figure out exactly what I can do to make this all come together and work. And then I'll see you guys next time for, hopefully, a really good session that's not going to be a 10-hour session, because we may very well be looking at a very, very long session to get this done. But also, by doing that, we'll give ourselves some time to get more diamonds into production as well, which, of course, is a very large deal, because obviously the more diamonds, that means I can make more compressed hammers and blah, blah, blah. And in truth, if I have enough diamonds, then I can actually also use those diamonds to make the production of the hammers go faster, because hammers do operate faster if you do give them a hammer. Granted, that's very expensive. That's a very expensive cost. I think it does wear out the durability of the hammer that's inside. So we'll see. We'll see how this all goes down. That is all for now, guys. Have a wonderful day. Take care, and ciao for now.